What is up, good people? Jungle Ink here. Hope you're doing well. Want to talk a little bit about Flare, the FLR token. A lot of people out there confused. They're like, you were critical at launch. You didn't like the FLR token at a much higher price. Why do you like it now? The price keeps going down. What is there to like? And so I thought I would, just discuss this a little bit. First of all, I like getting things at a lower valuation. If I'm going to buy in, the lower it goes, the better, right? So even though I think we probably go lower, since launch, we've been talking in back rooms about maybe a half a cent FLR. I don't know if it ever gets there. These are pretty compelling prices. So I've been buying some FLR token, just bought some yesterday here. And you take that price of 8.5 tenths of a cent, and you factor in future airdrops and rewards. Hey, pretty good valuation here. I think you make some money long term. Was I critical of launch? Yes, I didn't like the fact that they changed the airdrop mechanics. I didn't think it was good for building trust. It was going to agitate people. We've seen a little trust erosion from Flare, haven't we? It was my opinion that some things went on at launch that were not good. Brought those to people's attention. Doesn't mean it's a death sentence for the project. It was the biggest airdrop in history. Of course, there will be mistakes. I pointed those out at the time. We've kind of moved past that. There's a lot to be excited about Flare, though. It's a fairly robust system out the gates with a lot of capability. Many blockchains take years to add in smart contracts and staking mechanisms and all this kind of stuff. It's ready to go. I'm a little surprised we haven't had any announcements as of late about additional features being added, but I think we're going to get that here as we finish out this year. We'll have to see how it plays out. But I think there's enough here that once this market turns bullish again, it will be attractive to people. If you remember back to the last bull run, everyone wanted these Ponzi nodes, right? Like you invest in these Ponzi nodes and they pay you yield and people think it'll just continue forever and you can retire. Of course, that didn't work. A lot more substance here. There is actual value to be had with Flare, but similar to Ponzi nodes, there are a lot of ways you're going to earn yield. There should be some airdrops left. You're going to be able to earn for delegating. You are going to be able to stake things, and there'll be a lot of yield generation here. Yield generation built on substance, not nonsense like the Ponzi nodes. But either way, I think during a bull run, this will be an attractive token. People are going to want to do much of the same thing that we saw with these nodes, but do it on the Flare network to earn income. Now, I know a lot of people out there that are planning to hold FLR forever and just kind of stake and earn and all this kind of stuff. For me, it's about building up a stack where sometime during the next bull run, I will probably sell all of my Flare. I'm not saying you have to approach it like that, but I think this is going to be an in-demand token, and you're going to see that price a heck of a lot higher than 0.8 of a cent. I can tell you that. So even though I think the price continues to dwindle down, that half a cent mark has kind of been what I've been talking about in back rooms since launch, that we probably could get there. I don't know. I mean, it's just a random price that I pulled out of thin air. We may not. So I'm taking advantage of these prices now. It's not the number one coin I'm adding right now. I'm not going violently crazy on this, but as we keep seeing that price go down, I'm continuing to add FLR. And again, off of those additional buys, I'm earning more rewards. I'm earning more airdrops. And so you're really buying it at a much lower price than even 0.8 of a cent. Pretty good deal. I think long-term, Flare will do well. But for me, I'm not a really long-term investor here with this. It's just about getting down the cheap, and I'm going to try to sell during the next bull run. And I think I'll get some good rewards and gains. Everyone can approach this different. I understand the Flare bulls that are really long-term, and this network can do some amazing stuff and build long-term value. That's just not the game I'm playing. When you look at a lot of investors that invest in, startups and stuff like that, they're not looking to hold all the way to the end until this thing becomes a dividend-paying stock and hits maturity. They're looking for that early gain, that big pop from the beginning, and then they're on to something else. That's how I'm approaching Flare personally. I'm not saying you have to do that. But again, I can be critical from early day stuff with Flare, but still be excited about its potential. And the lower that price goes, the more excited I will get. Again, I think this is a robust system, and by the time we hit the next bull run, there'll be a lot of functionality here that people are going to want, and I think that FLR token will be in demand, and we will see that price act accordingly. Let me know what you think down below, and as always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Ink.